Good morning, everyone. People are slowly trickling in. Good morning. We are expecting still a representative or some representatives from our Faculty of Engineering and Architecture here at Ghent University. We have some representatives from the Belgian government and of course our research institutes and industry. Good morning, dear colleagues and students. So it's my great pleasure to welcome you today at our Belgian Fusion Day. So my name is Geert Verdoolaege. I'm a member of the Department of Applied Physics up there, Research Unit Nuclear Fusion at Ghent University. And so we are part of the Belgian Fusion Association. And what is the Belgian Fusion Association? Many people will know, but nevertheless, this is Belgium. In order to understand what is the Belgian Fusion Association, it's good to know that at the European level, the research, all activities in education, research, and also public outreach are organized and also funded by Eurofusion, the Eurofusion Consortium for the development of fusion energy in Europe. And so this organization has representation in all European countries, and one of them is Belgium. It's also important to say that we are co-funded and at the Belgian level also coordinated by the Belgian government, of course the federal government, the Federal Public Service of Economy. And then, the members of the Belgian Fusion Association, we have the national labs, the Laboratory for Plasma Physics at the Military Academy in Brussels is the coordinator, and also together with the Belgian Nuclear Research Center in Mol. This is Brussels, of course. And then we have 4 universities who have activities on nuclear fusion. And that is Leuven University, University in Louvain-la-Neuve. We have the ULB in Brussels, and then, of course, Ghent University. So, I will be quick because we are already almost at the start of the first talk, so we need to move on. But just to say that I think we have quite an exciting program for you today. So we start with an invited talk by Dr. Jeff Ongena, whom I will introduce in a minute. And then we have 3 talks by Fusion alumni, to alumni from master and PhD programs in fusion in Europe, who are going to tell us about their experiences after their studies, going into a PhD or into industry with their fusion background. Then we have our coffee break in the room where you just came from. We have then an important item of fusion in Belgium, so there will be the representatives from the Belgian Fusion Association who will very briefly introduce their activities. We have the lunch, and well, the afternoon program starts with, it's technically called the Fusion Show. It's what you're going to see is not exactly the whole show, because that is directed or targeted at schools, so secondary schools. So this is schools outreach. You will see some of the background of the Fusion Show and a few small experiments by Professor Nick Schrijvers from the University of Antwerp. Then we have our little poster session over there, and of course I invite you to look at all the posters and network with people. There will be also at 3 o'clock coffee accompanying the poster session. Then we have slowly going into the more leisurely part of the day, although a debate is not necessarily leisurely. Virtual visit to ITER, this will be done virtually, of course, so remotely. Ms. Kirsten Haupt from the ITER organization will give you a brief tour of the ITER construction site. Then we have our debate on the role of nuclear energy and, of course, of fusion in sustainable energy supply in Belgium and the world. And then I invite you to our reception. There will be also, as you might have noted, a continuous screening of a documentary that was made a few years ago, Let There Be Light, and I invite you to take a look at it. Talks about fusion all over the world then, because Europe, of course, we're not alone in doing fusion. This is a worldwide endeavor. So, finally, I'd like to thank our sponsors, ITER Belgium, and a platform that brings together industry, Belgian industry, that contributes to the ITER project, also linked to Agoria.